Can I just say this? I wanted to call you because I'm like, man, 4 hours of pregame and 40 minutes of football.
Yep.
Um, and I don't want to have a knee jerk reaction,
Okay.
okay? Because I don't know each game, the coaches and the coaching staff are trying to accomplish something. And it gets lost because we watching the game and we want our team to win. But I will say this. It looked to me like whatever combination they had at O-line, don't do that again.
Okay.
The run game didn't look as fluid as it did before.
Certainly not. Although
And
Stockton did have another nice one. He busted.
right. But you can't have all guys that do that, right? That they may average 7 yards a carry, but it's because they have 5 yards of 2 yards.
And then one
and
big
then
one.
Right. Because that's not consistent offense.
Yeah.
And so I was getting a little bit frustrated in the fact that there were too many runs that were not getting anything done. But I will say this. Last week when they ran for 200, they started the game off running in between the tackles and then started running outside. This week, they just start running outside. And so I think maybe that had something to do with it.
It was definitely one of these games where like I just it felt a little underwhelming for sure.
Right.
Like,
it just did. It just like I don't know. I can't. Like I said, I don't go into a game. I don't go into preseason games thinking that the team should win or lose, right? Because I don't know what the coaches are trying to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
But I do go into every game wanting to see the team get better, right? And if they would have played last week's game this week, I personally would feel a lot better. But because they did it last week and then have this week and not have 2 weeks off, there's way too many questions.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions, and then they had a lot of injuries too to some key guys.
Right. See, that's what makes
like
it tough.
like Josh is saying, oh, they ran all over us. It's like, yeah, but also Wilkins and Sieler didn't play.
Wilkins said, that didn't bother me. That didn't bother me because I know you're talking about two guys who do stuff to run.
Yep.
There's no question. And so with those two guys not in there, of course you want to see somebody, step up. Of course you want to see that they have some depth. But that ain't your best guys.
No.
So I'm not, even though I was annoyed at how much they got run over, I'm not going to read into it when your two best guys aren't in there. Well, that's what makes preseason so damn hard because you don't know, look, they got to cut down from 90 to 53. I've never been on a team that had to cut 37 guys.
Oh my God, Mike McDaniel yesterday. You thought he was going to cry on the
right.
Zoom. My least favorite day.
You got to cut 37 guys, dude. That's crazy.
Yep.
It's going. You know what it's going to look like in that facility Wednesday, like our building.
Although Joe did make a good point. Like technically, it's not as many because you have 16 practice squatters.
Yeah, but you got to cut everybody, then sign them to practice squad, and in between that period of time, they could get scooped up by somebody else.
Gonna look lonely,
right?
Do you have Mike McDaniel from yesterday, Mario? There was some big Dolphins news yesterday. Zach Sieler signed an extension. It's kind of out of nowhere. Everybody was looking at the Christian Wilkins thing, and we're like, all right. When's this going to happen? When's this happening? Zach Sieler makes like peanuts. Listen, good living, I guess, for most people. But Zach Sieler, for his position, he's making like, I think, under $2 million before this deal.
Right.
He was making nothing. Christian Wilkins going to at least make $10 million this year.
Which probably plays into it a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. I mean, like Christian Wilkins is, if they franchise him, he's guaranteed $32 million over the next 2 years. So not nothing. But Zach Sieler, kind of out of nowhere, just gets a deal, gets a nice contract. It's
20 million guaranteed.
20 million guaranteed, could be worth up to 38, 3-year deal. And I'm happy for him. I love Zach Sieler. He's a friend of the show.
But think about this. If Zach Sieler is getting damn near 13 million a year, Christian Wilkins not going to get 15 to 20?
Well, I think we would have to think, right? He wants at least more than 16 a year because that's what he's guaranteed, right?
Right. So we're looking at between 16 to 20.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's just the starting off point.
I know.
Because that's what he's going to get anyway.
Here is McCoachin yesterday on Sieler's contract.
Man, I was fired up, and so were a lot of his teammates, just because Zach epitomizes such an important thing within the journey of the NFL player. You're talking about a guy that has earned every cent that he's paid. He's been cut twice, and I think the timing, as far as it relates to the team, couldn't be better for so many guys in the next 48 hours that aren't able to make the final 53. I think that is something that's real, and can feel in the moment like your dream's over. And I think he's an exemplary. He's a great example. Yeah, a great example of
finally defeated,
worrying about what you can control, and he's we're happy to get that done, as well as the locker room's happy for him too.
I've never heard the
whoever thought exemplary was gonna kick his ass, because when it comes to words, he is undefeated, right?
Nobody loves words more than him.
Exemplary gave him a standing 8 count.
Yeah, it got him. But that is a cool thing. Like, you think about Zach Sieler is kind of like one of these. He's almost like a heat story for the Dolphins. Like
Whiteside,
like went to Ferris State, cut a couple times.
Oh, I've been there.
Have you?
Yeah, they have something every year called Mock Rock.
Really?
Yeah, Ferris State. It's a party school.
He, but the guy's been great. He's a mauler, and I'm happy for him. The guy went from living in an RV when he got to the Dolphins to now he can go buy RV World.
Yeah, man. I think you said he's gonna go crazy in that Bass
Pro Shop. He's cleaning out Bass Pro Shop, dude.
Those hats, I see them everywhere now, and I want one.
He's gonna clear out Bass Pro Shop. He's gonna go get the best bow, the best boat, all the camo gear. You can get lost in Bass Pro. You ever been to a Bass Pro Shop, Leroy?
Yes, and every time I go in there, you know what I think about? I want to catch one of them big ass fish. I'm like,
they got a nice one by you.
Yeah, I say I don't never see none of these damn fish when I'm fishing.
Yeah, that one on Griffin,
it's massive.
It's a doozy.
They used to have a little restaurant in there.
I think they still do.
They
closed up.
The restaurant, and they used to have a little golf store in there. I used to go there for that too. But
yeah, he's definitely going. He's taking out all the camo, everything that they got,
all the camo. You think you're gonna get a camo suit?
Yeah, dude. I think Zach is gonna open up his own airboat business.
Oh my goodness.
Sieler's Tours.
Maybe you'll hit the Robbie with the camo Crocs.
Maybe.
You never know.
Maybe. You never know. But listen, I'm happy for
him. It's not like he didn't earn it. Just like Christian Wilkins earned. I mean, Christian Wilkins earns whatever he's going to get, right? Like, it's I don't know how, either one or two things. And this is, I sent you guys this text. If they signed Sieler before they signed Christian Wilkins, maybe Christian Wilkins is being unreasonable.
Maybe.
I don't know that. I'm not going to say that as certain or as news. But if I'm running a team and I have a choice of who I'm going to sign, it's going to be Christian Wilkins, right? And either they're really close with Christian Wilkins, or, they wanted to get this done because they figured out what they're going to do as far as money?
It was worded yesterday by I think it was Ian Rappaport of NFL Network. He made it sound like they moved towards Zach Sieler. Like, I don't know if he's reporting this or he just put it out like this, but Ian Rappaport from NFL Network, he said, after months of negotiations with defensive lineman Christian Wilkins, the two sides were unable to come to terms. Miami eventually turned its attention to Sieler, who gets the extension. So he makes it sound like they kind of pivoted and went to Sieler. We know that Chris Greer and Drew Rosenhaus, who reps Sieler, they got a great relationship. I mean, like, remember last year, like, they signed like 6 Rosenhaus guys like on one day. So they could have just gone to this and be like, all right, fine. We'll let's at least lock up one of our guys, because look, the fail safe is they always could franchise Christian Wilkins next year. If it doesn't get to that point, he may hold out in training camp, and then, I'm sure he'll show up for the regular season. I don't know. But here was McDaniel yesterday. Actually, we got to take a break. We'll hear Mike McDaniel's thoughts on it because he was asked.
Yeah, because we got time. We got the 4 hours. We need more time.
He was asked about if this affects the Christian Wilkins deal. So we'll hear from McCochin after this. To the program, ladies and gentlemen. Did you guys see that jiu-jitsu roll that he did this weekend, though?
Woo, already paying off, baby. Already paying off.
Dude, I mean, just like Sonic the Hedgehog going in reverse.
I didn't see it.
Oh, let me send it to him. I gotta send this to Leroy. Oh, was it good? Was it good, Leroy? Let me tell you. Like, the guy has been doing it the whole summer, and now he's just got it down. I'm very happy about this. Very happy about Tua doing his jiu-jitsu rolls. Very impressive.
You know what? I think next offseason I want him to take breakdancing classes.
Really?
Just to add a little, like, he's already doing better as far as fighting off how to fall. Now I want a little flair on it.
Telling you. It's it was very looking at it.
Impressive.
Impressed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He puts the head right over there, just like
It's pretty amazing what you guys are entertained by.
Oh, dude! I mean,
the fact that he got hit.
Yeah, but look at the way he took.
Look at how he took the hit, though, dude. Although I will say, on that high snap, I got very scared.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, Connor Williams, you had the balls to hold out during minicamp. You can't even snap the ball to him.
Get out of here.
Is that your way of holding in? You're just going to do terrible snaps? Because I would say bad strategy.
That's okay. I was listening.
That's a good way to lose your damn job.
That's Eichenberg's job anyway.
Oh, Eichenberg's job needs to be like security guard at the at the parking lot. See if you can handle blocking somebody out of the employee parking lot before you have him back out there. But yeah, what a great role, right?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I'm not going to disagree.
He's agile.
Pretty good. Let's get to some weather here, Leroy, from the Demesman and Dover Law
All right.
Firm. YourAccidentAttorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954.
Before I get over to the Windowplex to give you today's weather, there's a hurricane or a tropical storm in the Gulf.
I know.
It's not going to hit us. It's going to hit where it always hits, in the Panhandle.
Is
Around
Sarasota
Tampa.
on that side or Sarasota?
Yeah.
On that side? It's on that side?
Yeah. It goes Sarasota, then Tampa, then on way up. So that's the area it's going to hit, but we will get some rain. So just be prepared. It's going to rain in the next couple of days because of that storm way over there. Right? But you shouldn't need that. It's that time of year. So we ready. We ready for this.
We ready.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Now,
wow.
looking outside right now, we got calm winds, and the winds are out of the west, which might be an indication of that storm, because normally the winds are out of the east.
Oh, wow.
And it's looking partly cloudy, but some big clouds. So I would look for a shower or two in the evening. The winds are very light, not even 10 miles an hour. And I would say it's about 90 degrees.
How you do, Marcos?
89 degrees, so he's pretty close in that sense. Although it feels like 91, so I'm gonna give him credit for that. They are wrong about the winds. I'm gonna trust Leroy. They say it's coming out of the southeast at 11 miles per hour. I don't believe.
Dude, I'm looking at these clouds. My house is facing east.
Yeah.
And my clouds are going left to right. What is that? That's west.
I trust you.
I'm looking at the damn clouds.
So
plane's going left. High, fast.
No way, dude.
Huh?
You can't just say left.
Whoa.
No, but he's looking east to west. So if they're going left, that means that those winds are coming out of the east. But could it be different winds?
Crosswinds.
Ooh.
No, I'm just saying. Like I'm telling you, my clouds going left to right.
Break wind.
No, it's not one of them.
So
What is
yeah,
this?
but get ready. It we're not supposed to get the winds, but we are supposed to get the rain. So just Tuesday and Wednesday, just take a little extra precaution. I know y'all not gonna do it in South Florida because y'all drive slow anyway. So rain just adds another 30 minutes to my damn trip. But that's okay. We'll make it.
Get us some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
The Dolphins finished the preseason with a 31-18 loss to the Jags. Injury updates out of that. Elijah Campbell, probably the most significant one. We talked about David Davis. He was released from the hospital. He was back at the team facility yesterday. But guys who will be on the roster, he apparently suffered what Mike McDaniel is calling a substantial injury, did not tear his ACL, and maybe could make a return this season. So some knee ligaments damage, it sounds like.
Here's the deal. They're going to come out and say it's a strain or a sprain or whatever they want to call it. Every sprain or strain or whatever is a slight tear. They're going to determine now if they're going to do the Ryan Tannehill to him, right? Means that he has a partial tear, but they don't think he needs surgery. He can heal, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he goes out injured again, now you got a full tear, and that's what happened to Ryan Tannehill. So, it's a little sketchy around ligaments and stuff like that because there's a fine line between it's strained or and slight tear, or they call it different grades. And yeah, so we'll see. They haven't determined yet, but sometimes you go get a second opinion, and you say for long-term prosperity, you go ahead on and get this fixed now. Otherwise, you may have this problem lingering for years.
The other big news yesterday with the Dolphins, Zach Sieler gets his contract extension,
Yep.
Got the bag, and Sealered it on up. I'm so excited for that for the next 3 years.
Can I just? I know, Marcos. Like it's ridiculous.
What do you mean?
Because you clap like a 2-year-old.
Just
Like you almost missed your hand.
I'm not used to clapping. Like I'm usually like if I could seal it on up, I usually do it over here. Sealer it on up. A little more oomph with the right hand. That's what I'm used to.
Oh, you can't go left?
It's a little bit weird for me to clap. Usually I go, it's got a little more.
okay.
Anyway,
This is good.
he got the bag.
Now all you need is a mariachi band.
He put on it. Do you have his IG? Did I send that to you, J-Fig? Can you put Zach Sieler on his Instagram? He said, God always has a plan. Trust the process. It may not be what you thought or expected, but it's what he planned for you. Hannah and I are blessed to keep calling Miami our home for the next few years. Can't wait to get this season rolling. #fins up.
So he's married, right?
Yes.
Man, I got to tell you. She must be an outdoorsman too.
I think she forced him to leave the RV, though.
I was getting ready. That's what. You're like, listen. Can you hear that conversation? We ain't living in Orlando.
Dude, I was telling Omar this though, because he didn't. You know who does this with the RV? Tyson Fury.
Yeah, you were talking about
Yes.
that.
Tyson Fury.
And his RV's worth like $1.5 million.
Well, here's the thing: is he's a gypsy, right? And the gypsies, like, I guess they just need that gypsiness every once in a while. So he goes to the RV park, which is like, I guess, literally around the corner from his mansion, and he lives in the RV with a bunch of kids because he
got a bunch of kids. I've seen that show.
Yeah, dude.
He's got what, like eight kids?
I think at least six. Wait,
holy smokes!
Those babies are giant. Like,
and then here's the funny part: the pictures that they take and where they're taking them. His house looks huge.
Oh, yeah.
And then he goes and spends some time in the RV. You ain't fooling nobody.
He needs that RV.
You ain't fooling nobody.
The dad lives in like an old school gypsy wagon, John Fury, and his dad's like,
Tommy ain't about that life.
No, dude. It's so funny though, because like you got to get out there, you got the exercise, we got the mental anxiety. I passed it down to me son Tyson. You need the exercise.
Yeah, he says if he didn't exercise, he'd go crazy.
Yeah.
And then look, guess what? Every time he's had a substantial amount of time off and he got big, guess what?
Telling you, man. So I don't know if maybe Zach Sieler's got some Gypsy King in him. I don't know. Maybe that's why he needs the RV.
Well, with his wife Hannah, she ain't having it.
No.
She ain't having it, especially now.
They're gonna get a nice ass RV now, though. Dude. Dude,
listen, I've tried the RV thing. Everything's too close.
I mean, me too. I'm not.
Now some of them are really nice. You push a button, it opens up, almost like a double wide, right? You got a satellite, you got a bathroom, a shower, you got like 2 rooms in it. Yeah, they're really nice. But
yeah, man, it was something. But he gets his deal. Now here was Mike McDaniel. He was asked about, does this have any effect or ramifications for Christian Wilkins?
He can't say yes. He cannot say yes.
Here's what he said.
Well, there's a fortunately there's a good amount of players on this team that we want to keep around. So they're really independent of each other. What it boils down to is you have an organization and a player in this representation being able to come to an agreement. And so in with regard to Zach, we were able to come to an agreement, and that's independent of Christian, and it speaks nothing as to anything but that. It's just we were able to come to an agreement, both parties, and that's really the length of it.
All right, so saying nothing.
Yeah,
saying a lot of words,
but nothing. I think he. You can't say yes. Because Christian Wilkins will leave. Right?
I wouldn't be happy about it.
If feelings would get hurt, he'd leave, and I wouldn't blame him.
It was Christian Wilkins would be like, hey, why don't you put me in that Jonathan Taylor trade? How about that? Get me out of here. Wilkins did comment on Instagram on his boy Zach Sieler's deal, and he just put, my MF dog. I can't say what the MF stands for. You're going to have to use your imaginations, kids.
Well, the way this Twitch and these way these Twitchers operate, they know.
They know, dude.
Smeaton especially knows.
Yep.
So here's the deal, and it sucks because people think maybe Christian Wilkins would be upset, and I think players treat it the same way.
Oh, I think they're very close to it too. Yeah.
Yes. I think he's very happy, but here's the thing that Christian Wilkins has that Sieler didn't, right? Is that he's got $32 million coming if he doesn't have a contract. Sieler didn't have that. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They're not going to all of a sudden franchise Sieler and give him $22 million. So that's almost why you kind of understand how one got done before the other. But I would make sure that, if anything, the conversations restart so that you can at least save face and say, look, man, we want to sign you. Here's what the deal is. you're going to get $16 million a year if we do nothing. And Christian Wilkins was like, yeah, that's the starting point. Right? And so, look, if you're talking about $16 million a year, you're already going to be guaranteed. What's another $4 million a year? It's really not that big of a deal.
I'm seeing on Instagram that Mrs. Sieler said they went to go celebrate at the Magic Cow in Davie for some ice cream and milkshakes. Yeah.
Whoa.
Ice cream and milkshakes.
Really? Oh.
So let me know about this Magic Cow.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what. I'll bring home a little pile of money, put it on the bed. Big spoon. Come see daddy.